Hello, and welcome back to Hunter Tuned. I'm out at the storage unit right now, and I'm probably going to be working on the Mustang a little bit. I want to get the transmission oil and everything flushed out, put a new filter in the transmission, and put some new fluid in it. So in the end of the last video, I was actually talking about how I drained the tranny fluid already. I pulled the pan off of it, and inside the pan was like super clean. There was, the typical clutch material that was laying in the bottom, just like the fine little gray dust. But other than that, there was no big chunks or nothing like that. The fluid was a little dark, but nothing, crazy. So I figured, what the hell, I'll try a filter and some fluid. It's the cheapest fix for now to see if this thing will come back to life. And maybe, like I said, the mixture of fluid in the trans that I had might have been messing with, the pump and aerating the fluid. Plus, it was over full. So, all those combination of things could be leading up to the the whining in the pump or converter or wherever it is. So yeah, I'm actually switching the tranny fluid out for some tractor hydraulic oil. It's like tractor transmission fluid. It's transmission fluid, but it's not rated for car stuff because it's not dyed red. It's actually a clear fluid. So typically in an automotive world with the DOT and stuff, you need like a red fluid in your tranny, and you need a colored coolant and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I'm going to try it out because guys say that, high horsepower stuff, that this stuff works really good. So I'm going to try it. I've never tried it before. It may work, it may not, but I'm going to find out for myself. But so yeah, I also have been thinking a little bit on some other things for the channel possibly, or what else I could be doing to keep the channel going daily. I'd like to keep doing videos a lot, but with winter coming and stuff, it's a little bit harder to do car stuff all the time. So I might branch off into some other things. Maybe I've always thought about doing this stuff, but I never end up doing it, or I make one video on the thing and then it doesn't go anywhere. But I don't know, I used to be really into like RC cars, and we could do like mental health stuff and talk about mental health a little bit, or whatever the case may be. But mainly this channel is always going to be dedicated towards cars and making horsepower and doing all that kind of stuff. But anyways, another thing that I kind of wanted to bring up is we have this storage unit out here, and it's fairly large storage unit. I think it's like 15 by 50. So it's deep. It's nice and deep. You know what I mean? And then it's got like a 2-car width. We've actually stuffed like 6 cars in here before, with room to walk around and have a little toolbox and stuff. So I've been thinking, because Michael's car is out here, and he's doing a rebuild on his engine, and we have some other things, kind of scattered about. It's kind of a mess in here. We kind of should clean it up a little bit. But it'd be easier for me to have a lot of stuff out here. And originally, when I got the storage unit, I wanted to bring all my stuff out here, and I wanted to have a toolbox out here, like a full toolbox, not just like a carrying case full of random tools. But it's super secluded out here, and I can be tuning on the car or having the car run at frickin' 2 in the morning, and there's nobody out here. This place is like super secluded. There's a highway like right behind me, but it's like just field and stuff, and then there's one house. So the one house that's out here, I don't know if they really can hear a lot of the stuff that goes on, but we haven't gotten yelled at or anything for all the stuff we've been doing out here so far. And I actually went up to the storage unit office, and I was talking to the lady, and I said, I was thinking about moving out of here because I don't utilize it that much, and I have a lot of my stuff in my home garage, and I want to be able to actually wrench on stuff and maybe make a business out of running out of a shop or whatever. So she said that, why can't you do that here? And I said, well, I didn't think you allowed that, and I didn't think that you were allowing people to work on cars and stuff like that. And she said, well, as long as you're not completely having like 100 people out here at one time kind of thing or whatever, she said, we're open to anything. And I said, well, I don't really think that's an option, because I want to put like a lift in and a dyno and all that other stuff and be out here working on stuff. And she said, well, I think that's something we can work out as long as you get a bigger unit. So the other unit that we're looking at is the same depth as this place. It's 50 feet long, and it's 2 wide. So it would be this whole thing and then a whole nother one. And then there'd be no wall on the left side kind of thing. So it would be a 50 by 30 or something like that, 30 by 50 shop or like work area. And then we could put like plywood up or drywall or whatever and have my heater and have a heated place out here and stuff like that, which I think would be super cool. And we'd have room for days. We could have all the tools and everything out here at the unit and whatever. But the only other problem is there's not 220 out here, so we can't run a lift or a dyno. So if I can somehow talk them into getting 220 on a big unit, which the bigger unit would be like 300 something a month, which isn't bad for the size, and if they allow us to do whatever we kind of want. And I told her, I'm like, oh, I want to drill into the concrete and cut a hole in the floor and all that kind of stuff. And she said, as long as it's repaired when you leave, there should be no problems. So I was like super stoked when I heard that, and it's been getting me thinking about what to do next. The only other thing is, you know, money and stuff is kind of tight, so it's kind of a stretch to be able to do something like that. So yeah, I don't know. I've been selling some stuff, and thank you for everybody that has put some orders in on the website. Over this last weekend when we went to the track, I actually was bombarded with some orders. I spent like 4 hours yesterday just filling orders from my website because I got a whole new batch of stickers in. So like I have all the stickers back in stock, the mint stickers, the Hunter Tune stickers, you know, yeah. So we have all the stickers back, and injectors are in stock. Turbos, if you guys need turbos, you can always email me and let me know if there's one that you're looking for that's not on my website, which I will be adding more to the website, but it is a little bit time consuming to add some stuff and do all that kind of stuff and whatever. So yeah. I also still have a couple random things for sale, like the S200s. I had a bunch of people actually emailing me asking how much for a Honda S200 because I have like 4 of them. And honestly, I don't know if a lot of you guys realize that the S200 is like a outdated software that is very hard to find, and I don't know anything about S200. So if anybody does want an S200, I will sell them for 25 bucks a piece if you're interested. You can email me at huntertuned@gmail.com, and you know what, you can send me your address and we can PayPal the money, and you guys can do what you please with it. I have a few of them. Like I said, there's no cables or nothing, but the box and everything is there for the S200 if you guys so want them that bad. Like I said, I had a bunch of people emailing me and commenting on one of the last videos about the S200, and that's my price on them if you guys really want them. Otherwise, I'll probably just hang on to them and use them as a trade-in on an S300 because I know Honda does that as well. But yeah, so anyways, one last thing is I have my old GoPro for sale. I have a GoPro Hero 5 Black for sale. I think I was asking like 160 bucks for it. And if anybody from YouTube here wants my old GoPro, if you guys are starting up a YouTube channel or anything like that, I will include an SD card, the battery, and the case for 200 bucks shipped if you guys want it. So if you do, email me, huntertuned@gmail.com. To kind of help us out, and like I said, maybe we'll end up getting that other storage unit because I've really been wanting to. It's just money's tight enough already, so it's tough to be able to do that stuff. And I'm trying to get rid of this fucking bike, so I actually listed this thing for 2,500 bucks, which this is a 05 Ninja 636. It's a great freaking bike. I just honestly, I kind of want to stay away from bikes at this time. I sold my Hayabusa, and I kind of just want to get rid of that before winter, and then you know, we'll be all dog pile chicken smile. Anyways, I'm going to get to working on the Mustang, and this is probably going to be a long video, guys, so I appreciate anybody that watches through all my boring talking and stuff like that. I hope you guys still enjoy the videos and all that kind of stuff. I've been getting a lot of good support, and I greatly appreciate everybody that watches. Alright guys, so I ended up putting the Mustang outside and pumped the tires up and all that, and the transmission is no longer making the noise. I'm super happy actually because I don't know why, but I had a gut feeling that the fluid could have had something to do with it. And now reverse actually clunks in like it should. Like when you put this thing in drive, it thuds pretty good. And reverse was like it would slide in, and now I think it's like maybe a quart low on fluid. I'm not 100% sure, but it's not up to the full mark on my aftermarket dipstick. And I'm going to leave it a little low just to kind of see if everything's going to pan out the way I want it to. But when I first fired it up, it was whining like ever so slightly, and then after it ran for like no shit 10 seconds, 15 seconds, the whine went away. So I'm thinking, like I said, maybe that fluid was just kind of old and beat up and it wasn't lubricating the pump gears or something like that. But now it's got good reverse, and I'm gonna see if it's gonna whine when I do a pull. So I'm just gonna take it out real quick and go do a pull with it and see if it's still whining or not when I get into it, because it was whining pretty bad before. So I'm gonna see if that's fixed now, and then if it is, we're going to call it a day and maybe mess with some stuff on the tune-up. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah.
There's totally a mouse up there or something. It almost sounds like smoke is billowing up there or something. Like, the sound of a fire. Or something's crawling around up there. I don't know.
But anyways, hopefully it's not on fire. But I did just take the Mustang out for another drive, and temperature was okay. I think it got up to like 205, kind of just beating the shit out of it. Obviously when I'm driving it, it doesn't get hot, but sitting at a stop for a little while, it gets up a little bit. Nothing that I'm really worried about, and nothing is going into the overflow, so that is amazing. Only other thing is the oil pressure is still a little low, but I did go out and beat the shit out of it like I was saying. Initially, when I first stabbed into it, the tune-up, the way I had it before, kind of just base mapped, it was going like 1080 right when I punched it, and by the time I was full boost and on the converter, it was 1020s, 10.1, 10.2 on the wideband. So I actually leaned out the mixture, the fuel table. I leaned it out so it's like 12.8 when I first stab it, and then as it comes into boost, it goes like 12.5, and then full boost is like 11.5 on 10 pounds, and then the table gradually is getting richer as it's going up. So hopefully if I do turn the boost up to like 20 pounds or something like that, that it will be in the tens when it gets to 20 pounds. But on this low a boost, it'll benefit more from having like an 11.5, 11.8 air fuel. On this low a boost, it's not really going to hurt anything running at that lean on E85. So that's where I set that. But I also was playing with some of the idle tables. I'm going to show you that guy. I'm going to show you that right now and show you what I did to the idle table to get it to not die, because the whole time I was out driving it, I would stab it, completely lift off the gas, and then like come to a stop sign or whatever, and it would never die. It does still dip a little bit low. It dips down to like 600 or so, 550, 600, and then it comes right back up to my target of 950. So I got it to the point where it's not dying anymore, but it is still dipping, so I still have to work out some bugs with the idle. But like I said, when I was in the burnout box at the track, it died coming out of the burnout box, and then at the top of the track it also died, so it needs some idle tuning. But like I said, I'm going to show you on the laptop quick kind of what I did. Alright guys, hopefully you can see a little bit, but I got the Tuner Studio software pulled up here, and under startup and idle, these are the tables that I've been kind of having issues with because I don't know what I'm doing. But I did go under the idle RPM timing correction curve, which is down on the bottom here, and I changed these values to kind of just be more linear and be give it more advance pretty much when it is starting to die. So on the bottom here you have RPM delta. So if the idle is 400 RPM below the target, so if the RPM drops to like a 6 or 500 or something like that, it's actually going to stab in like 7 degrees of ignition to save the idle. And then obviously as it goes this way, if it's above the target, like 286 above the target, it's going to start pulling ignition timing to kind of steady out the idle. Now timing does actually affect the idle quite a bit. I think I'm running like 20 degrees at idle right now on the main ignition table. But I might actually stab some more timing in it if it dips, because it is dipping quite a bit still. So I'm going to probably punch in a little bit more timing at the like -400 range to -300 range, and give it like 2 or 3 more degrees, because I think if I did that, it wouldn't die at all. And I mean, it still hasn't died at all, but it won't dip as bad either. So I think I'm going to do that. And then I also wanted to kind of just show you guys. All right, so there's a bunch of stuff on the MS3 Gold Box that you can do that I couldn't do with the Micro Squirt, including this idle, all these idle tables here. So I'm still learning some of the idle stuff, but like ignition is pretty similar to the Micro, with just basic ignition table right here. This is my ignition table that I'm currently running. So around 14 pounds of boost, I'm running around 15 degrees when it first comes into it, and then it ramps up 16, 17, and then 18 way up top. And then obviously it retards the timing as it goes with more load. And I think this timing table is actually pretty solid. I don't really want to mess with it a whole lot. I think it's going to be just fine for what I'm doing. And then the fuel settings are also another thing on the MS3 that are really awesome, because you can do the AFR control, ego control. So if you turn this guy on, I don't have it turned on right now because I'm still tuning. I usually don't turn this stuff on until the fuel map is like dialed in 100%. And then once it's dialed in, this will make any fine corrections to any of the fueling. So you can just set this up like simple, use the delay table or use ignition events. I always use the delay table. And then this is 2 different things. I think I'm not 100% sure on this stuff. I'm just going over what I know, or what I think I know. But this is the authority table. So you can either use the authority table or your basic AFR table. So the authority table is going to be more fine tuning, I think, with this stuff. And then the regular AFR table is more kind of basic fuel correction stuff. So like you can just have an AFR table right here that sets up wherever you're running. So like anything cruising, I have it at 14.7. Coming into it, it's 12.5, and then anything up here is 11.0, which I'm probably going to change some of these values to like 12.0 down here. You can just right click stuff, hit set to, and then go to like 12, enter. So those are 12.0 now. And then above 14 pounds, I'm going to want like an 11.5. .5. So now it's more linear going into it. So I'll probably save that guy. And then it also has an AFR safety system, which is super cool. So like if the air fuel goes 0.7 away from the target, so like say, so this AFR difference table, if the air fuel goes, like say if the AFR table, the AFR target table or whatever is set at like 11.5 and it's running a 12.5, it's actually going to cut power to the ECU. Or cut ignition or something like that, so it saves the engine from going lean or whatever the case, which is a super cool thing because you can actually fine-tune this shit to a T and make sure nothing ever goes wrong. So like I said, I have it set up 0.7 right now just because I'm still tuning and I know enough to watch the gauge to make sure it's not running away or anything like that. But this is a super cool thing that you can utilize with the MS3, so you can have air fuel control because that saves engines big time. And then the last thing on the Mega Squirt that I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to try to get my 2-step wired with my trans brake and everything. So when my trans brake is activated, the 2-step is activated, and that way I can, more better build boost in the, when I'm taking off at the drag strip. Because if you guys don't know, the car at the line before would not build any boost on the trans brake even after like 7 seconds. So I think I need a little bit of 2-step or anti-lag to kind of help it build boost on the trans brake. So yeah, I don't know anything about this stuff, but I know if you go under like advanced engine, you can have speed sensors, a bunch of random stuff, traction control,
speed-based launch control, sequential shift cut, nitrous, a bunch of awesome stuff here. Bunch of generic inputs and outputs that you can use, but this one is the one we're going to be focusing on. This is the launch / two-step / three-step / trans brake. And if we click that guy, this is actually the first time I've ever even looked at this, but launch control option, we're just gonna do launch because we don't have a stick car, we don't need to do flat foot shift. The input on is going to be launch in, which is it's actually a wire on the end of the harness that comes out, I think, that says launch. So we can set that like 3300 this one's at. We'll probably leave it there, and then we'll pull 10 degrees on the two-step, and if we need to build more boost, we'll probably pull more timing, like 20 or 30 degrees like I do on Hondas. Launch, fuel, add or remove. You can add fuel into like both banks here, and you can add fuel addition in milliseconds. Okay, enable launch when TPS is above 10%. Spark cut, spark and fuel, you can do all that. Disable launch when the vehicle speed, I don't have that. Yeah. Trans brake input is going to be the same as the launch, I bet. Trans brake output. Yeah, I gotta try to figure some of this stuff out, and I'll probably get back to you guys. As you've seen in one of the last clips, the oil pressure is down to about 15 or so at idle when it's hot, but I'm not really going to be too concerned about it yet because the motor is super buttery smooth, and I don't think it's really going to be an issue, personally. I think it'll be fine, but I bet you it's probably because I didn't fucking lube up the oil pump when I put it in. Some guy was really just kind of harping on me for that because I didn't pre-oil the oil pump, which I've never done on any build that I've ever put together. I've never pre-oiled the oil pump. I probably should have on this Melling one because it was a brand new one, but I really don't think that was the cause of any of this stuff. I think it's just bearing failure, or the bearings are just wallowed out, loose. I don't know. Could be the cam retention plate because I reused that, and that's like a gasket that seals oil pressure. It could be a bunch of things. Oil pan gasket because there's oil filter spots there that could be seeping. It could be a bunch of stuff. I just really don't think it's that oil pump because, like I said, I cranked the car until it had oil pressure before it even started. So I don't think there was really anything, catastrophically wrong with the pump or any of my doings causing the pump to not create good pressure.
I'm not a reporter.
All right, so we're gonna.
Nope. You started that off wrong.
Oh.
Hello, hello, hello.
No,
welcome
this is like
to
the
Hunter
ending- this is
Tuned
the
with
ending of my
Anxiety.
video.
Oh.
Or hello, 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 and Hunter Tuned with Anxiety. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, if you guys don't want to listen to me talk anymore, whatever, you can turn the video off. But this is my YouTube channel. I'm gonna talk what I want to fucking talk about. And, if you don't have mental health issues, I fucking envy you. But I'm fucked up, like, mentally, so I don't know. I got problems in my head, and I don't know how to get rid of them. And this is, like the fourth panic attack I've had today, and I don't know how to fucking get rid of them. It sucks. I've been taking Kratom, and it's awesome. Like,
I think we need to turn the brights on.
Why?
I can't see.
There. I've been taking Kratom, and I don't know if it's making it worse or better. I was taking a half a gram for a little while, and I feel like really good when I take it. But when I have anxiety, it's like 1,000 times worse. I don't know if it's because I'm not taking enough or what. But this would be a good time to plug my new sponsor, Botanical Products, or Botanical Kratom is where I've been getting my Kratom from. And if you guys are interested in trying it, or trying it for anxiety or whatever, or just for recreational use, because it's fucking awesome. It makes you feel good, makes you feel euphoric, and like you're wearing a blanket all day long, and it puts you in a super good mood, and it's all around fucking awesome when it works. I just gotta find the spot that works.
or I just need to do something different for my anxiety. I don't know what the hell it is. But if you guys go on botanicalkratom.com or botanicalproducts.com and you guys want to pick up some kratom to try out for yourself, and you use code HunterTuned at checkout, you'll get 10% off your order, which is super cool of them to do that.
All lowercase?
I don't know. He didn't tell me. So I'm assuming it doesn't matter. But, breathe, right? You just gotta breathe. When you have a panic attack, you just gotta breathe.
Where's Ariana Grande when we need her?
Yeah, Ariana Grande. So Christine is an awesome girlfriend of mine. You guys should say hello to Christine because she's amazing. But she kind of knows Hunter Tune very well, and she knows like my anxiety struggles and my panic and all that bullshit. Like she knows it very well. But one place I do not like when I have anxiety is at the drag strip. The last 2 times I went drag racing with the Honda, I only made 1 pass and I came home. Great Lakes Dragway, last video, I made 1 pass and I came home. I made some excuse up saying something, which most of it was true. But another big chunk of why we came home is because I had super bad anxiety when we were at the track. Did I not?
Yeah.
And like the whole way home I was like fucking panicking because there was like traffic and construction and like I couldn't find my way out. Oh, it was super bad. Like, I don't wish it upon anybody to feel that way. I don't even know why I'm throwing this at the end of the video, but I just am because I really enjoy talking about this stuff and it really helps me. And I almost want to help I want to help other people with it if I can ever find a way out of it myself. I've been trying some drugs and like St. John's wort and like a few other things for anxiety and mental health and whatever. And like people think like, oh, you know, you're just naturally a nut job and you need a schedule and you need to sleep better and have a better schedule and eat healthier and all this stuff, but I don't buy it.
I don't know. I think you need to give it a shot.
Give what?
Going to bed at a decent time and waking up at a decent time.
Yeah, well, it's hard when you work 3rd shift.
And not drinking 6 beers every night. And
I love beer though. I don't want to give that up.
At least try going to bed at a decent time.
Like there's plenty of people that drink beer and they're fine.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not even an alcoholic. I don't even consider myself an alcoholic, but I drink beer like a couple beers a night, you know, most of the nights. What were you saying?
I just think you should try getting up at a decent time.
I just don't know if that'll help because I feel like I have tried that and I still have anxiety.
For one day doesn't count.
I know. I can get over my anxiety of like normal daily stuff, but like going away from home, going to Union Grove and stuff, that is so totally different.
What about anxiety right now though?
I think it's great.
I think we stayed in Oshkosh all day today.
I know.
And you're anxious right now.
Yeah, and I was super bad last night too. So I don't know what the deal is. It's crazy because like I don't know. Me and Michael were tuning his car one night, and like we were out driving around, and like I was freaking out. Like I couldn't fucking breathe, and I'm like, we need to go home right now. We need to get the fuck home now. Now. I'm freaking out. And I felt that way at the drag strip. Like why, dude? It seriously breaks my heart that I feel that way at the drag strip because I want to fucking race. I want to race so bad, but like my head is not allowing me to, and my mental health is not allowing me to do it, which is super fucking annoying. I want to go to World Cup this weekend. We planned on going to World Cup this weekend, but there's no fucking way I'm making it. There's no way I'm making it to World Cup. And Christine took off work, didn't
I should drug you.
Yeah, drug me and just fucking drive there. Then when Hunter wakes up, off of his like 5 Xanax, we're at World Cup and we're totally good. But like, I don't know. I try to talk to people about it, and like a lot of them just bottle it up inside, like anxiety and stuff. Well, 99% of people don't have it this bad. Or like, you know, majority of society does not have anxiety as bad as I do. But I go on spurts of like, I'll be totally good for a couple months, right? I'll be good for a couple months, and then like a solid month, I'll be a bag of dog shit. And I won't make videos, and I'll just fucking sit inside and play video games or drink beer. You know what I mean?
Oh, like tonight we're gonna play Mario Party.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys have a Nintendo Switch. I don't know if you can play online or not, but that'd be cool. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you guys do for anxiety or whatever. I've smoked dope. I've tried smoking different dope. Pot, CBD. I smoked a CBD joint a week ago or something to try that out to see if it helped.
And like I have no idea. Like exercise seems to help.
On vacation in Colorado.
Yeah, exercise seems to help. Right?
You should do more of that.
Yeah, I do enjoy exercising, but like even when I exercise and stuff, or like when I ran my 9-second pass in the Mustang, it's like a prime example of like how it feels for me. Is like, you know that vein in your neck that pops out? You know, like when you got a big adrenaline rush, like you just jumped out of an airplane or something, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die or whatever. It's exciting for like a couple minutes. You know what I mean? Or like when you make a drag pass, it's fun for that 10 seconds or whatever. But when it doesn't go away for like 6 hours, it gets bothersome. And your body starts to like worry really bad. And you start to like hypoventilate or hyperventilate. And I do that like throughout the day with my daily life. I'll eat and be like, oh my god, the food I ate just fucking made me hyperventilate, or I can't breathe the rest of the day. Oh my god, I'm dying. Right? Or is this video a bag of shit?
No, that's true. It's annoying. Every time I cook, You're like, I think that chicken made me not breathe.
Yeah! It's super fucking annoying.
I hate it.
But the eating stuff I've been pretty good with, because I think there's a placebo effect with Kratom, or a placebo effect with the Buse Bar when I was taking it, or a placebo effect with the St. John's wort, or the L-theanine I've been using. L-theanine's awesome.
But you don't give anything a chance, though. Okay, you take L-theanine for one day, and then you won't take it again, and then you either will say it doesn't work or it does work, and then you just won't consistently take something for at least a week. Correct? Or
I know, but I want results now, damn it. I want to drink a beer and feel drunk.
Like
I like that.
John's wort. How long did you take that one for?
Well,
a day?
I did take it, and it did something, because I felt like super happy.
For one day?
No, for like 1 hour, and then after that I'm like, oh my god, did it wear off? Oh my god, I'm dying. But anyways, back to the feeling of like the vein in your neck or whatever, or like can't breathing, and the placebo effect. I feel like I take something and I feel like, okay, this is making me better. You know what I mean? But like you watch Joe Rogan, I watch Joe Rogan's podcast all the time about anxiety and like I don't even watch car shit on YouTube anymore. I'm literally just dedicated to mental health and anxiety and stuff to try to figure myself out and try to like figure my brain out. And it's funny because we're almost home and my panic is gone. We just went out to the storage unit. On the way out there I was freaking out. And I was thinking about how much time there was to get off the highway and how far away the exit was to get off, and how I don't know if I can make it all the way to the unit. We might have to turn around. Like, that's how I felt on the way to Union Grove, but I just pushed through it. And I pushed myself super fucking hard, and I did it. You know what I mean? And it sounds so gay. But, like, I don't know if I'm just, like, scarred mentally because of, like, society, or if I'm scarred mentally from, like, my mom passing away, or what the deal is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking a nut job. I don't even know if I should put this video on YouTube.
Well, it's helping you talk about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So even if you don't, you're talking about it, and clearly that has something to do with you feeling better.
Yes. And that's how it is all the time. I was talking to one of my really good buddies last night, and Benson.
But how come when I ask you...
And I felt way better by the time I was done talking.
How come when I ask you on the way, what are you thinking about, your instant answer is, I don't know, but right now you just told me what you were thinking about. We were on our way to the storage
Because when
unit.
I'm like in a super bad panic, I can't even think. I can't even think. I literally just feel like body shutting down, dying, I'm fucking dead. See you later, alligator. I hope you don't have to buy an expensive casket.
I'm a
You know what I mean? Like, I check my pulse like 50 times a day. She has a pulse oximeter because she's like sort of like a doctor, RRT, whatever. And she's got a pulse oximeter, checks your blood oxygen level. I know how to check my blood pressure now, and like all of it's mint all the time besides my heart rate. My heart rate's always high, like 100, 90, 100, whatever.
High end of normal.
High end of normal, yeah. So like every time I think, I don't know, I'm on that job. But I love drag racing, which makes no fucking sense. Or does it?
It does.
I enjoy it. But anyways, you guys should, if you guys are checking out Kratom or want to try it or whatever, Botanical Products is probably the best place to get it, in my opinion, because I think they're based out of Canada, and the U.S. has like supply issues and stuff like that, so I think Canada is the best place to get it, and they ship to the U.S., so yeah. And Brad from Botanical Products. Not Bob, I thought his name was Bob. Brad from Botanical Products is a super cool dude. And he will help you out and kind of guide you along of whatever he thinks you need, or or whatever. They recommend stuff. They're not a doctor by any means, but they can definitely guide you through whatever you need to know or whatever the fuck. But
natural herbs and remedies.
Yeah, they're all natural herbs and remedies from botanical products. Why'd you just look it up?
No.
But yeah. Let me know in the comments if anybody else is having problems, or like how you cope with your anxiety or whatever, because I would love to know. I'm half tempted to start taking the Buspar again, because the Buspar I feel like did help, and I didn't have as many panic attacks as I'm having lately. And it's crazy because I've been having these panic attacks lately ever since the track day. What were you just playing on the radio?
I was gonna say, and then to end on a happy note.
All we gotta do is keep on breathing. But yeah, thank you for everybody that watches and everything. It's crazy awesome, the support and whatever. And I'm just gonna keep pumping videos out as much as I can. But like I said, I kind of like talking about this stuff because it's a big part of my life. It's a negative part of my life, but a lot of times I only show the positive on this channel. And there's more to Hunter Tuned than just what meets the eyes on YouTube, if you know what I mean. So guys that are bitching about me not making videos, or where's the video, or whatever, sorry. But I'm powering through it, guys. I'm pretty strong. I feel like strong-willed and strong. You know, I'm empowered to try things and try to better myself. You know.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah.
Don't me to play that song now?
No.
Want to sing it?
No. Nope. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We're going to pick up tomorrow, and I'm gonna wire the two-step on the Mustang. I was gonna do that tonight, but I didn't. And I'm gonna show you how to wire the two-step on your Mustang with the Mega Squirt and an LS and a big turbo, and that hopefully goes 8s. That thing's gnarly fast. But okay, anyways, see you guys later. Have a good one. Yeah, say goodbye.
Bye. I'm going to go play Mario Party.